Did I tell you what's happening at work?
No.
They're hiring a new CEO.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but he said it's a woman.
That's great. Cool.
There's no way a woman can run such a large company. Women are just too emotional to lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, men are pigs. Thanks for watching. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. My dick stinks. Toodle. Bye-bye. Good one. Now, before I start this video, let me just say the absolute obvious, because this is the internet, and if you don't say the obvious, then people will just harass you until you spell it out for them, because they're all fucking idiots. Take Facebook comment sections, for example. Those people are the most low-bred humans on the planet. So here's the obvious thing. If you've ever attacked anyone, particularly if you've attacked a woman and you are a man, you're a piece of shit. Domestic violence is horrific. Violence in general is horrific. But I do think that violence against women is probably the most reprehensible form of violence that exists in first world countries like Australia. But maybe the government might have the answer. There's an Australian government campaign happening right now that is focusing on the mistreatment of women. And you may have seen one of these ads on the telly recently. It's even been on YouTube advertisements and on streaming platforms as well. Now, obviously, anything that talks about how shit violence against women is and how bad men treating women poorly in general is, the ads themselves and the campaign, I'm sorry to say, is fucking terrible. The government has failed again. It's the milkshake shit all over again. You know, the consent fuck up where the government thought it was okay to compare getting consent off a woman before sex to asking them for a milkshake? I will repeat what I said after that video. What the fuck? This campaign that I'm talking about right now is called Doing Nothing Does Harm, and it raises good points. And I agree with the premise of it, but honestly, it's just shit, and whoever made it should be ashamed of themselves. I honestly could have done a much better job. Give me $5 million instead of these pricks, and I'll make the best campaign that the Australian government has ever seen. It's basically called Don't Be a Mate. Now, before I show you the videos, most of the videos show a white man, because they're the worst, doing something untoward with a woman. They say something rude, or they're just a dick, or they come across a little creepy. But, and it's a big but, most of the dudes in these clips are either not trying to be a prick, or they're just joking. And that is where I think everyone has a bit of an issue with these clips. And if the genders were reversed in these ads, no one would have an issue at all. So let's have a look at the ads made by the government and the Do Nothing Does Harm campaign.
This is a tough client.
Okay, listen. Diversity is good, alright? I'm not against diversity at all in acting or whatever. But the producers of this show, when they found that a short man, a small human, what do they call it? A tiny person. Tiny person? But I bet you that the producers of these video clips, these ads, jizzed in their pants when they found this little person. They just went, yes, we finally found someone so diverse, let's fucking do it, we're heroes. There's nothing wrong with that, it's just that, shouldn't the best actor get the role? Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. He might be the best actor, let's find out. Hang on a second, look at that fucking chair. How big is that chair? They were too busy jerking off that they found a little person for this role, that they forgot to get him a decent sized fucking chair. Poor prick, it would have taken him 15 fucking minutes to get on it. Bloody hell.
This is a tough client. Better we send one of the guys instead.
Okay, so they're having a Zoom meeting because social distancing is the best thing in the world, and the leader of this group is a white male. Ooh. He said he's got a tough client, so we better send a man instead of a woman. He didn't say ladies suck, mind you. He didn't say you're too weak. He said we better send a man because he's a tough client to deal with. Maybe he's saying that we should send one of the guys who's been with the business for a long time. Just because he says a man should go and deal with this job doesn't mean he hates women, doesn't mean he disrespects women. It just means in this particular case, maybe a man should go and do it other than the lady. But if you have a business, then wouldn't you want to just send the best person for the job regardless of the gender? And maybe the best person for this job was a man.
What do you mean? Because Emma's a woman? I wonder what HR would have to say about this.
Honestly, if he has a history, that boss, as being some horrible sexist piece of shit, then fair enough. But if you're going to go and threaten HR over something ridiculous like that, then you are a worse person than Mao Zedong. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in. This is my favourite.
Have a look at this. See? They're nowhere near the same standard as the men.
Okay, so far he's just spilling facts.
I could watch them bounce around like that all day, though.
Okay, they're talking about boobs. But I, believe it or not, have heard women talk about AFL players in Australia having short shorts and enjoying looking at that bulge. Or maybe they enjoy when soccer players take their shirt off to celebrate a goal. Is that not the same thing as a man looking at a female AFL player or NRL player or whatever, or golfer, and saying, I like watching her boobs? Is that not the same thing?
All day, though.
Hey, come on. Have some respect.
What?
That's not on.
How boring. Here's the thing. There's actually a difference between joking about something and meaning it. Usually a joke is just pretend. Here's an example, and I know that this may shock you, but if I make a joke about running an old man over at a pedestrian crossing, I won't go to jail. Do you know why? Because I don't mean it, and I didn't do it.
Are we ready to order?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. I know what I want. Oh, geez, on the menu, what do you reckon?
Okay, what a fucking creep, but also a joke.
Check it out. Makes a 6 a.m. alarm worth it, doesn't it?
Once again, a joke. What? That's it? That's all he said? He said this makes it easier to get up at 6 a.m. and now he's a fucking rapist? Here's the same question again. If the roles were reversed and fucking Big Stacey walks over, she's got her fucking gym tights on, and she says, oh, I tell you what, look at all those blokes with those big cocks out there. It really makes a 6 a.m. alarm worth it. Would that be okay? Probably. Because us men, we love it when Big Stacey looks at our cocks.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to need another day to finish that decking, though.
Well, you'll save time if we repurpose.
I reckon us guys know what we're doing. Thanks, love.
Okay, I understand why they had this one in here. But this is not an example of a sexist man. This is an example of a piece of shit. An asshole. An utter Now, coming up next in the video, they show an example of what the men surrounding this situation should do.
Thanks, love.
Hey, don't listen to him. Keen to hear your idea when we get back.
That doesn't end the harm to women. That doesn't stop domestic violence or disrespect. If you wanted to really do something, you should have said something at the table, you fucking big puss. You could have just said, oi dickhead, don't be rude. Shut the fuck up. Once again, there's no context. He does come across like a big piece of shit. But we've all had bosses like him who were big pieces of shit. Sexist? Maybe. Asshole? Definitely. There are so many of these videos on the website and on TV right now and in front of YouTube clips and on streaming services that have all these videos up that portray men as the biggest pieces of shit on earth. And that is why I have a problem with them, because it just fucking attacks every single person with a dick and balls, and I don't think that's fair. The majority of men are good people, and they'll call that shit out, and they should. But I really do think that when you create this evil persona around all men, then it hurts men and women. It hurts young boys and young women. Having these young boys and girls just attacking each other all the time in high school and even now in primary school, that can't be good. How does that develop respect between two sexes? It doesn't. It divides them and tears them apart. That's never going to form an equal and happy relationship. There's always going to be one side looking over their shoulder, worried about the other. That's not good. I don't have the answer to how to stop domestic violence. It should never happen. But I don't think treating men as the devil is the way to sort it out. Anyway, let me know what you think down below, ladies and gentlemen. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Mid extinct. Toodaloo au revoir. Keep it moist. Toodaloo au revoir.
Hit it, boys.
G'day, you good motherfuckers. How are ya?